Hi, everybody. I'm going to do a short video that just shows how to calculate Pitocin. And I'm going to calculate it a couple different ways. Okay, so first I'm going to use the formula. And if you've watched the other math videos that I've posted, I used the formula. And so we'll start with the formula. And so what we need to know for this is we need to first know what our problem is. So when I read the problem, I write down what I know. Okay, and so for the purpose of this math problem, we're going to say that our order is to give 3 milliunits per minute and the medication, the Pitocin, came as 30 units in 500 mLs. Okay, so we'll start out by writing what we know. All right, then to do the formula, remember guys that we are doing milliunits to units, and we're going to be converting our minutes to an hour because we're going to run it over milliliters per hour. So part of the formula is just setting that up. So X mLs per hour equals 1 unit over 1,000 milliunits times 60 minutes in an hour, 60 over 1, times milliunits ordered over minutes to give, times the milliliters of solution over units in the bag. Okay, so that's the formula. So for this one, we're going to say, we're going to do 1 unit over 1,000 milliunits times 60 over 1 times milliunits ordered. The milliunits ordered is 3 over minutes to give. Well, we're going to give 3 milliunits in 1 minute. So minutes to give, 1. Times milliliters of solution. Our milliliters of solution is 500 over number of units in the bag is 30. Okay, so now you can multiply straight across, and you can cross things out and reduce and stuff like that. I don't like to do it because if I make a mistake, I hit a wrong button, then it messes the whole thing up. Okay, so let me grab my calculator. And we're going to say 1 times 60 times 3 times 500 is 90,000 on the top over 1,000 times 1 times 1 times 30 is 30,000. And then this equals 90,000 divided by 30,000 equals 3. So 3 milliliters per hour is the answer. Okay. So you can totally solve it that way if you can remember the formula. Some people have said, what if I want to do 1 over half? Okay, and this is how we're going to do that. Okay, so let's take this off. Hopefully you all have written down your formula. I'm going to take the formula away too. So the other way I could solve this is I can convert my milliunits and my time. And then I can solve it with 1 over half. So to convert first, let's do this. The first thing we're going to do is convert. So hold on one second, because I want to write it. So let's say first, and truly you can convert either direction. You can do your milliunits to units and then do your time, or vice versa. I'm going to do first convert milliunits per minute to milliunits per hour. Okay, how many milliunits do I want to give in an hour? So my order is for 3 milliunits per minute. How many milliunits will I give in an hour? So if I want 3 milliunits per minute, and there's 60 minutes in an hour, I want to give 180 milliunits in an hour. Okay. Second, let's convert milliunits to units. Now we need to do this because it's dosed in units. Okay. So the way we're going to convert milliunits to units is we're going to, you can do this a couple ways. You can divide by 1,000. Remember, milliunits is the same as milligrams, milliliters. So I can say 180 milliunits divided by 1,000. And that is going to give me my number of units. So this is going to be 0.18. And the other way you can do this, guys, is you can just move your decimal if you've learned this. So if you had 180 milliunits, you can go 1, 2, 3 spaces and put your decimal here, and that's still going to give you the same answer, is dividing it up. So this is my dose. This is what I want. This is the number of units per hour that I want to give, because we've converted the rest of that out. Now I can do 1/2 times volume. So what I want is 0.18. What I have is 30 units in 500. So I can say 30 times my volume, which is 500. And if you solve this out, you again are going to get the same answer of 3 milliliters per hour. Okay, so that's how you can do it differently if you want to do the 1/2 times volume. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I have. This is my volume. Okay. Now, let's do it backwards. What if your order says, or your information says, your patient is getting 20 units in 1,000 mLs over 8 hours. I saw this as a practice question, so we're going to practice it. Now let's say 20 units in 1,000 mLs over 8 hours. And it wants to know how many milliunits per minute is our patient getting. So for this, I need to convert backwards. Okay, so first I want to know if they're getting 20 units in 8 hours, how many are they getting per hour? So the first thing I want to do is take 20 and divide it by 8 hours. Which I believe, I know the answer, but in the interest of doing it correctly, I'm going to look at it on the calculator and say 20 divided by 8. is 2.5. 2.5 units per hour is what your patient is getting. Okay. Now I need to know, I need to make this milliunits. So 2.5 milliunits, if I convert units to milliunits, I am going to do the opposite of what we did last time. So instead of dividing, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So 2.5 times 1,000 . One, two, three is 2,500. Wait. Second guessing myself, but it's right. It's 2,500. So this is how many units per hour or milliunits per hour I want my patient to get. Okay, so if the patient's going to get 25 milliunits per hour, how many milliunits are they going to get per minute? Okay, so now we're going to say that if this is per hour, there's 60 minutes in an hour. And so we actually are, again, doing it backwards, and we're going to divide. So 2,500 milliunits in an hour divided by 60 minutes in an hour. And that gives you 41.666 or 41.7 milliunits per minute. And that's how you would work it backwards. Now I can do this and check myself by working it the way we did with the beginning one, and it should bring us back to the 20. So that is the other way, that's the backwards way, depending on what it shows. That's it.